Welcome to Mechs on Deck.
Sorry. I'm making myself laugh. I'm sorry.
So you got a kick out of...
Nothing. Literally something I thought of. I was just thinking about, I was like, how funny it would be if I was just like having a coughing fit. You were just like, you, we're going to start. I love a coughing fit. Sorry. Anyway, my apologies.
Well, Chewy's still feeling a little bit under the weather. Feeling a little bit better, though.
Back out bronchitis.
Little bronchitis action.
I've been sick like for the past 4 days too. I think it's just that time of year. Unlucky.
It is. I was sick last week. I was sick really bad Wednesday and Thursday. And then I got better over the weekend.
That's nice.
It's definitely that time of year. The flu's going around. Bronchitis is going around.
Everyone's sick and sad.
Yeah.
It happens.
But if you're new here, welcome. This is Mechs on Deck. Today we have Gasp from Apiary Keyboards. How you doing?
I'm great. I am awesome, actually.
Streaming before this, just built a E6.5, right?
Yeah, we stopped like halfway through when I realized it was taking way longer than it was supposed to. So half of an E6.5, maybe.
Awesome. But yeah, before we get started, we'll kind of go through our sponsors. Give a quick shout out to them. First up, we have switchmod.net. You can go to switchmod.net/mechsondeck to get 4% off. Dude, he's actually out of stock of 3203, I believe. But he has 3204 and 205 grade 0. So pick it up. He's also running GMK Alter throughout the end of the month. So head on over there and pick those up.
Yeah, so next up, I don't want to give away my address. Zap Cables. This is the giveaway stuff for this 24-hour stream coming up. I don't know. You might be able to do. You might be able to get a cable in time especially if you're close to the north central area, the Midwest, which is also just the north. But you can do Cable Party from now through Friday to get 15% off a DIY kit. And then you can build along with us during a 24-hour stream. So let's Cable Party. But yeah, check him out. He's got the best cables in the business, and you can either make one, use our video, or you can get in his Discord, and he does runs and stuff like that where he'll actually make the best cable you've ever had. So
you got to be quick though, because they go fast. Last but not least, we have Dixie Mech. You can go to mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. Pick up GMK Terra. I think I saw something the other day. He's giving away desk mats if you ordered a base kit.
If you ordered a base kit of Mizu,
okay.
then you can you have the chance to get a free desk mat of Terra.
Pretty cool. So go pick up GMK Terra. Get yourself in on Mizu. If you were on Mizu, you can get Terra. And then you'll get whatever's next, and then the other one, and then you'll have the whole thing. Is it only 4 or is it 5? I have no idea.
It's 4.
I think they're making 4, yeah.
I don't know. It's
God, it's Avatar. Come on.
Avatar.
It's not Naruto. It's not Naruto.
I said it was Naruto once. I know nothing about Avatar, or Naruto for that matter. I just know the run.
Everyone knows the run.
Everyone knows the run.
I tried to watch Naruto. I got like 80 episodes in and gave up.
Isn't there like 50 million seasons?
Yes.
Jesus.
And there's like 9 spin-off shows.
But
anyway.
Yeah. You can head on over to mechsondeck.dixiemech. Pick up Terra. Get yourself some Avatar goodness. Chewy got it. What is up, everyone in chat? Thanks for...
Apparently, they're just yelling at you for not knowing
Yeah,
Avatar.
I know.
That's it.
Yeah,
no background? Oh, man, I can get a background pet. Howie.
Yeah,
you can get a foreground pet.
Oh, Yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Look at that.
What a cutie! Oh, I'm about to get a foreground pet too.
Yeah, I saw
Look
a
at this
tweet.
guy.
I saw a tweet the other day that I almost sent to you, Chewy, where it was someone saying that Chihuahuas are the crackheads of the
Hey man, he's
dog
a Chihuahua
kingdom.
pug. He's a straight chug.
He's a chug.
How he's adorable.
He is.
He's so
And he
cute.
deserves all the love. Anyway, I've got some mail.
You do.
I don't get mail that often. But
The curse is finally ending.
The curse is slowly ending. I also got pictures. I didn't even know this. I'm running a group by, and there were pictures, updated pictures of the boards that are in production that were posted yesterday that I didn't even know about.
I didn't either until I
today.
looked today. Yeah. So Baka 60 has got
I looked
pictures.
in, I was like, wait, what? Part of the boards are done machining. So yeah, that's when I was like, oh, I should probably buy the rest of those parts. Anyway, boom.
There you go.
Excited.
Our last
Finally got it.
last announcement a little bit. Well, if you've
Oh, I'm
been
sorry.
following us and you don't know, we're doing a
And you can-
24-hour stream. We're going to be building the 8X Mark II as well as like 3 other boards. Going to be hanging out, playing games. So that's this Saturday, the 23rd, starting at noon Central Time. Come hang out. We're going to be up for 24 hours straight. So at least stop in and say hi. It'll be a good time.
That's crazy. I am like exhausted after like 4 hours of streaming. 24 hours is like way too high of a bar for me.
It's like 6 times that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I've streamed when I used to stream video games. I streamed for like, I think 9 hours one time, and that was the longest I streamed.
Jesus.
Wasn't
like-
that not even planned?
It wasn't.
You just
I like
started at 8 and then you just like kept playing.
I woke up or like I started playing. It was like the beginning of a season of Overwatch, and I was doing my placements, and I started at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I played until like 2 a.m. or like 3 a.m.
Jeez.
It was a fun time.
That's insane.
Kinnick, sheer force of will, slaps to the face, coffee, and the fact that we have a pretty airtight schedule. So it's like we're always moving to the next thing.
Yeah.
So I got these in though. So a buddy of mine, we were at dinner at NorCal, and I was complaining and, let's be honest, just bitching about how my lube station melted.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We're in Texas
Give me
out here. It
some
gets hot. You leave a lube
It gets
station in your
hot.
car.
And I did not leave. I'm not going to out the person. If you're in the Discord, you know who it is. But I let somebody borrow my lube station, and he left it in his car, and my lube station doesn't work anymore. So I got these. They even say, this is probably backwards, but they even say Chewy on it. So like, awesome. Share lube stations. That does sound pretty bad.
Chewy and I don't. I have my own. And my own nice Clavier stations.
Oh man.
This is 3D printed, yes. The guy is like really into 3D printing. And I was like, hey, this is what I want. And he was like, sure, dude, I'll send it over. So super stoked on that, because now I can actually lube switches, which I haven't been able to do because I've just been lubing on this. 9 switches at a time is annoying.
Oh,
I'm
who
you
are
are you is here. What's up,
Hi.
dude? Shout out to your boy, Shocks. He made these for me.
Yeah.
So
Enough about
Am I
us.
gonna show off my lube station? Somebody asked. No, I'm not gonna be shamed today. Thank you.
do you not have a lube station?
I use a Mastrop switch box as my current lube station.
Hey, listen, it works.
Whatever
If it
works.
works. You know, I have the 2 Clavier lube stations. Half the time I end up just holding the switches. Like,
Yeah,
it's really just a place to put it.
it's pretty bad. I have one in the mail on my way to me, from Clavier actually, but
Yeah.
he's in Europe and I'm here, so it's taking a while.
Yeah.
what I like though is look at this. Look at all that grab potential.
Damn. son.
Oof.
Yeah. Chewy's a big,
I'm weird. I
he's
like
big
to,
on the hold it and
I
lube
like
always
to get up in there.
Always holding it,
That's how
so.
you get the beard oils. And that's the secret to a good lube job is
Primo,
beard
primo.
oils.
But no, I guess we'll with all those announcements and beard oils and whatnot, we'll get into the meat and potatoes. We'll start off with our fast four.
Fast four.
Should I be like ready for this?
Yeah.
It's got to be really fast. You got to talk as fast as you possibly can, and that's as fast as you can. Fast four. Top favorite four switches. Go.
The Lube retooled Otoru's guys. They have
Not
to be
fast
tooled-
enough. Keep going.
They have to be retooled right though. Holy Pandas, Gat Clears or Cat Inks, and Novelties Creams, I would say.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
don't
good at
actually
fast,
have
I'm
to
so
go
sorry.
very fast. I don't think anyone's
Okay.
ever no one's ever been like, let me like rattle these off real quick. Most people are like sitting here waiting for a minute trying to figure out what they want to say.
Shit.
That's how you get the real responses out.
Yeah, right. Top 4 favorite key sets.
This one is actually pretty hard for me. Tarot. Can I do ones that haven't gone to
Haven't been
group by
made yet? Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Then Botanical, Darling, and probably Vile Bloom. No, Milkshake. I have to say Milkshake.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though it's DSA, I love the design that was and the thought that was put into it. So, yeah, for sure.
What about are you into cat? Did you get into cat milkshake?
I did get into cat milkshake. I'm not sure if I like the cat profile, but I love milkshake, and so I figured that's a good like trial set to try a cat with. So yeah, we're doing that.
All right. So this is gonna be a fun one since you've built many boards.
Oh,
Top 4
shit.
favorite boards.
E7. I don't know like how basic I want to be with this. Probably an Alois because like right. I really like it's hard to choose like individual boards because like you said like I've tried so many. I want like 20. Matrix boards are really nice, so probably a matrix board. I need one more. Haley. Can I say Haley even though it's not gone to group by yet?
I mean, it did for some people.
Oh, did it?
Oh, it's kind of okay. Well, that's kind of a hot topic right now.
Is it?
Yeah, there's some
I'm biting my tongue.
there was some drama as people are saying
Get your
about
popcorn out.
the
Is there popcorn? Were there melons? I am so unaware.
oh boy.
Trust me, I had to be informed of all of this. We can go over the spicy content tonight.
Shit.
Yeah, we
Okay, I am
There's
here.
there's a lot of stuff happening.
Jax justice for Miso. Yeah. But the last of the fast 4, it's gonna be not related to keyboards whatsoever.
Sorry, my
It's-
cat goes insane when I'm streaming. I don't know why.
She
I'm just
knows.
gonna let her out.
It's an attention thing.
Okay.
She's like you're not.
God,
You're talking to someone else. You're doing
she's
someone.
so mad.
You're doing
It's
something
literally-
else.
Only when I'm streaming. I don't know what's going on, but it's fine. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
The last one is your top 4 favorite foods.
Ooh, okay. So lasagna is probably my number 1. Pasta in general, can I say that as my number 2? Otherwise everything will be pasta. Big pasta person. I feel like this next one is a little weird. So chapaghetti, which is like a packaged shitty version of Korean japchae. So that would be my number 3, and then 4. I feel like you can't go wrong with pizza. I know it's so boring as an answer, but like, who doesn't like pizza?
Better say
One.
pizza.
Pizza.
1 in a million. Perfect timing there. I have never heard of that third one. What is it? Chapaghetti.
Chapaghetti. Yeah. Any. So my boyfriend is Korean,
Okay.
Korean American technically, but Korean. So any Korean, I think, knows what chapaghetti is. But it's really fucking good.
Looks like budget spaghetti from the way it's spelled.
It's black bean noodles, is what it is. And it doesn't taste like you would think it, but it looks kind of terrifying. Like they're coated in like a dark brown sauce, but it's so good.
Wait, so they're
Oh,
black?
I've had this before.
It's like
Okay.
a
They're
it's
black
like
noodles?
a prepackaged noodle. No, the noodles themselves.
Oh, okay. I was like, that'd be terrifying.
Oh, I said japchae. I think it's jjajangmyeon. Yeah, my bad. I'm
okay.
an idiot.
How dare you?
I know. I'm
No, I've
sorry.
had this before. Yeah, that's good.
It's really good.
Good stuff.
It's surprisingly good. Sorry, I have to let her back in. This is gonna be so bad.
Good, you're good.
Hopefully she chills out.
I am me,
Bean
you are
noodles
you.
with gravy? Yeah.
Thank you for the appreciate it, my dude.
Oof. He's like sitting on a boat, sipping on martinis.
I was gonna say, are you on a cruise right now?
Well, he paid for like the best internet, and it's like his internet on the boat is better than his internet at home.
That's amazing.
So-
I feel that though.
Sorry, excuse me.
You're
How
fine.
dare you? Cyrus, you're embarrassing me. This is atrocious. Welcome back to the stream, by the way, bud. Leaving me hanging high and dry.
I did. I left you high and dry. I wasn't even awake. I didn't even watch the stream until after because I was literally dying.
Shit.
I wasn't dying, obviously, but well,
No,
I guess
you were in the
technically
hospital,
we're always
clearly.
dying. So I guess
That's fair too.
it's a very apathetic way to think about it. But no, I was not in a. I was not feeling good on last Wednesday, but I'm bummed I didn't get to talk with Huey about NorCal. But I'm excited that I'm here tonight to talk more about like builds in depth. I know you have a history in artisans as well, I believe.
I do, yeah, a little bit. Mhm.
Interesting.
I can talk about it all.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
Raided by Teha. That would be a fun raid.
Yeah, we definitely would love that. We love us some Nathan. But no, let's kind of get into like, how did you get into the community? How did you get started?
Oh shit. So, I built my first PC, I want to say like 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. And obviously I needed peripherals for that. So I started diving kind of into the world of mechanical keyboards a little bit. My boyfriend was a gamer, so he had a mechanical keyboard. But it was like a Corsair, like your average like gamer fare, right? And then so I kind of deep dove a little bit then, and then I was kind of just going deeper and deeper into the hobby. This was entirely on my own. Like my boyfriend didn't give a shit. He had a poker and a Corsair and he was happy with those. But I was just like kind of diving deeper and deeper, but not really interacting with the community. And then I found artisans. And that's what like really got a hold of me. Artisans, and like we have so I'm in Utah and there's a local to Utah Discord called UTMK. So excuse the cat. So between those two things, I kind of like got deeper in. My local Discord was really into like budget do-it-yourself kits. So they got me into the building side of things. KB Artisans got me into the artisan side of thing, and between the two, I was never escaping. So yeah, I went down with those two, and I dragged my boyfriend along with me. And now here I am.
There you go. Welcome.
Welcome to
the stream.
To the stream. Nathan, thank you for the
Thank you.
458 person host. We really appreciate it, my dude. They're asking to show keyboards, so here's mine.
Oh,
my
look,
cat,
Nines.
my cat will show herself too. By
Nines
the way.
bros.
Yeah, we're ninesing it up.
I literally put this out today. But I was like, I could feel like I could go with. For those who don't know, this is an OSA designed by Blind Assassin.
Ooh.
It's an Alice style board with this nice little back. But yeah,
I dig it.
What are you typing on?
Who,
right
me?
now? Yes.
This is an
so Logitech Bluetooth.
Logitech, yeah, and Pro 2. This is an E6.5 aluminum white with rose gold weight and plate, and then SA Vial Bloom on it, which I am probably taking off soon. as I don't really like SA with this board, if I'm being honest. But it's a pretty set, so.
Nice. It is a beautiful set. That's a set that I wish that I would have gotten in on. Just because I think it's really unique looking and it's pretty
Super,
sweet.
yeah.
But it took forever to happen, so
Oh my
that's unfortunate.
god, it did. And it took forever to run, like actually get produced as well.
Nice. And I am rocking a Sirius, Wind Keyless Sirius with GMK 9s. And I'm using Nolives. I'm waiting for my GMK Olive to finally come. Should be.
I saw the. It looks like they got approved.
Yeah, it's been approved for
Maybe.
a little bit, so it's in production right now. I think they're supposed to ship in December.
Nice.
But yeah, so I'm gonna have the Nolive creams switches, and then olive on it, so it's gonna be the full little kind of palm experience, less. So.
If you see me looking to my right, it's because my cat is currently trying to kill a moth on the other side of the sliding glass doors. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. And my dog will just get up and start spinning around and around.
It just happens.
Yeah, they're pets, you know. You can't control them. Thank you everyone
Frisco
for
Melt,
the
thank
follows. And Frisco Melt and Jacob Tien, thank you for the subs. Appreciate it. Yeah. So
I have a question for Apiary. So you said in your fast 4 while yelling it as fast as humanly possible that you liked Holy Pandas.
I do like Holy Pandas.
Okay, so Osiris knows exactly where I'm going with this because I've been shilling this switch forever.
Oh.
Anonymous cheer with the 10 bits. Thank you. This is my baby right now.
What is that?
This is a Zyko.
Uh-huh.
I just dropped it and it landed in my cup. Like
I love that.
Like it literally landed. It landed in my cup. Anyway, this is a Zyko. There we go. It's a Yak top, a Halo stem, and a Zeal V2 bottom.
Interesting.
And when I say it is the closest thing to Brown Alps that you can find in an MX style switch, I have many people that have confirmed that statement.
I'm intrigued now.
They are annoying, they are expensive, and they are delicate, and they are borderline not worth it.
it's
borderline though.
It's 3 switches.
Borderline.
Unless you have Mass Drop Holy Pandas, then it's only 2. But yeah, it definitely is extremely. It's the closest thing to Alps Browns that I've ever felt, and I see inebriated, which welcome. Any MX is close to Brown Alps is sacrilege. I can agree with you there, but we literally had a Brown Alps board with a board with these switches in it next to each other, and we're A-Bing them over and over and over again, versus a board with Holy Pandas and a board with regular Zeal V2s, and it's insane.
It's like right there. I mean, Nathan, if you're still in the chat, he tried the board and he really liked it.
Damn. I do have 200 Mass Drop Holy Pandas literally just sitting here.
Just burning a hole in your pocket.
Yeah. Because who needs 200 Holy Pandas?
They're speaking sacrilege.
You know, I'd have
hey,
to.
Ha, you liked it. You know you liked it.
So one more time, because I see people asking this too. It's a Halo stem, Panda top housing, Zeal bottom
V2,
housing,
Zelio V2 bottom.
Spring.
I went with a 78 gram.
Yeah, 78
Nice.
gram Zeal spring. So
Nice.
I've had someone build it with I think a 67 and didn't like it, and he thinks that he might be better with 78. But
Interesting. You'd think that a lighter spring would mean more tactility, but
it would, but it's the thing that you get there is the reset, because I actually used I tried a whole bunch of different springs, because I have a couple made on my little tester here. And I tried a whole bunch of different spring weights, everything all the way down to 45, which just did not reset. Well, it did. It just took forever. But yeah, I think 72 2 is really the lowest I would want to get personally.
Yeah, Revelbon progressive. It looks like what IMEUR, you tried progressive and he really liked him. Yes, you can do it with Janky Render. You can do it with Master Holy Pandas because you just need the nylon top. And really, so the story in short, I was making a Xanda, and then I had a Halo stem and the Zelio housing sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'll try that. And I was like, oh, that feels really good. But it doesn't sound as good. And that's always been my biggest complaint about Zelios, is they just don't sound that good.
Yeah.
And compared to a Holy Panda. And so I was like, I wonder if I put this top on it, if it would sound better. And it did. So
Thank you, Talisman, for gifting Apiary a sub, and Krellbit, thank you for the tier 1 for 5 months. We appreciate it, and looks like justice for Biso is happening. There is being asked for. One other question I did want to ask you. So there was an interesting switch in there that I don't feel like a lot of people.
I know which one you're gonna ask me about. Yeah.
They don't think of. It's not in anyone else's top 4. You're the first one ever. The Otemu Sky.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I put a lot of addendums onto that because I feel like they're very needed.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not retooled properly and lubed properly, I hate them. If you do it right and you do take the time to retool them, which is a pain in the ass, they're absolutely amazing in my opinion. But yeah, they're kind of not worth the faff, but also kind of, if that makes sense.
Hey, you like what you like. And
yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of switches out there that people would like a lot more if they gave a little bit of chance to. I think a lot of the box switches, like the Heiko Violets, don't get as much credit as they deserve. I think that's a great switch. A lot of the clicky switches too. Speed Pale Blues are great. That's one of both Chewy and I's favorite clicky switches.
Interesting. I hate Pale Blues.
Really?
I get a lot of shit for that. Yeah, I absolutely despise them. But everyone says they're like really like box switches aren't known for being scratchy, but the ones I used were. So something's going on there, I think.
When I went to the Austin meetup, and someone had a lubed box Pale Blue board, and it was amazing.
Yeah, even like really Drifting Bunnies was talking about how he wants to try to recreate that as well. I know Chewy is hoping to someday recreate that.
We are not going to SoCal.
Are you Apiary?
I'm not. I wanted to make it there, but it's just not in the cards for me. Too much traveling in December. It's the holidays.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm anonymous. Thank you for the Prime sub. Yeah, Prime. If you guys have Prime, consider using that Prime sub. Help us out.
So we talked a little bit about this before we went live. You were building full time now.
Yeah, I am.
How did that happen? Like, how did you get to the point of building full time and being able to do it?
Well, so it just kind of always was a possibility. I think possibly because my prices are, I think, pretty reasonable. I just put a post up on Mech Market and got a lot of response from it. And I am currently kind of sort of a college student, if that makes sense. So like I can't work a full-time job because I have to have time for classes. So it just kind of fit perfectly, I guess. And so yeah, just managed to get enough orders to keep me honestly probably too busy, and we've just been going ever since.
Absolutely.
So with you building so many boards, tell us a quick story maybe of nightmare build.
Okay.
I know you didn't. I know the famous plastic incident.
Yeah.
The infamous plastic incident. So
Yeah.
some nightmare stories are always fun.
Well, I mean, forgetting to take the film off of an acrylic board while building on stream is pretty fucking embarrassing. So,
I was
yeah,
watching that and I
was
just felt
definitely up
so
there.
bad.
Something about streaming, honest to God, makes me absolutely stupid. I swear to Christ. So yeah, that was pretty bad, but I think I've never damaged a board ever, or a PCB or any part of a board ever. So cross my fingers that continues. So nothing as far as like I've done beyond forgetting to take the plastic off. But I get a lot of dirty boards in for desoldering, and I once got in. I'm not even gonna name the type of board just in case, but I once got in a board that was literally matted with hair and crumbs and general grody gunk. And it smelled. It literally smelled. Like I opened up the box and I could smell it emanating from the box. And they had sent it with keycaps. And so I took the caps off to put in a bag to send back in a bag. And so I could like work on it, etc. And it was just matted hair and crumbs everywhere. It was the nastiest thing. Honest to Christ, I should have sent it back, but I was new to building at that time. And so I was like, I'll just clean it and let them know that they should clean their boards before sending them to me.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
like
future,
super
but
disrespectful to just not even like.
it was the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I had no idea boards could get that bad, frankly. Let alone, you would feel comfortable sending that to somebody to work on. But he must have not known it was on there because they didn't take off the caps. So, but it was pretty fucking nasty.
Which, if you're sending boards to people, don't do that. Like, if you're sending your board out to someone to get desoldered or something. Well, no, not that. I'm saying don't send it with caps on it. That's how you break stems. That's how you mess up your keycaps, mess up your switches. Just take the caps off, put them in a bag. If you want to send it with the caps, like you want to see it on stream with your caps, just put them in a plastic bag and put it in the box with them. Don't leave it on the board. But also clean it. That's gross.
Also clean your boards. I mean, just clean your boards in general, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe
It's
take
good
care
practice
of your
once a
things.
month, like cleaning day.
You can go to Staples, get some
$10
air duster.
for 3 cans of air duster. At the end, you could flip it upside down, have a blast.
And if you can smell your keyboard,
Don't
that
do
might be an
that.
issue.
Yeah, if you can smell anything that you use, that there's probably something that's a problem.
We don't condone the act of turning air duster upside down and spraying it at your mouth
or up your nose.
Don't do that. But no, I can't believe that someone would just straight up not even consider cleaning the board at all.
I've had a few of them too. That's the weird thing. Some even with the keycaps off, so they have no excuse, that were just nasty. But yeah, it's fine.
Hey, it's pays the bills. You should charge a cleaning fee.
There you go.
Somebody else has mentioned that. Maybe
you should put a little asterisk on your when you on your builds thing, because I know you have your price list on your Twitch channel. Put a little asterisk, and at the bottom in like small fine print, put boards are subject to a $50 cleaning fee at my discretion.
It was so funny. I actually had to modify my pricing chart on Reddit because I had it to like 96% boards plus, $45 desoldering fee or whatever. And somebody PM'd me and was like, I'm gonna send you a 300% board for you to desolder. That's like $45, right? No,
hey,
sir.
That's called a loophole. I respect that, man.
So
where did he get a 300% board is what I want to know.
Right? It was insane. It was like a full-size keyboard and then just blank shit all around it. I have no idea. I've never seen a board like that in my life. I kind of regret not taking the job, but $45. That was when I was still using a hand pump to desolder. Not worth.
Definitely not worth. Definitely not worth. that kind of leads me into a question.
Mm.
What is the not the craziest request, but do you have requests or like build requests where you're just like, hey, no, like let's not do that. Like whether it's because you don't think that it'll turn out well or it's just
well,
something you don't want to do.
I've had a couple of people try and get an invoice for me for group buys that haven't even happened yet. So I have to like let them know that that's not a good idea, right? Like I can't let you pay me for something that's not even necessarily going to be sold. So that's one thing. I've had a lot of requests to put in Milmax sockets, which I don't do just because like they have to be the right size. And I have people source their parts and send them to me. And so like I'm not dealing with it if you get the wrong size. Like that is not worth it to me at all. So that's like the only thing I really say no to. I did have somebody want me to to solder on a chip, like a microcontroller by hand, which I had to say no to because no, right? Like I'm not doing that. But beyond that, not really. There's no been like I'm pretty comfortable with most soldering, right? And most people aren't trying to do crazy, ridiculous shit. So for the most part, no.
You're not having people like every day asking you, hey, can you just completely hand wire this board for me?
Well, so it's funny that you say that because right before my stream, you were talking about somebody sending a board to me to hand wire, which I'm happy to do. Like, it'll cost you, right? Like, I have to be paid.
It's
for
a lot
my
of time. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I'll do it. It's fine. I've hand wired before. I've never had any issues. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I must say, your cat has magnificent balance because I think it was just balancing on the back of your chair while you're sitting in it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
What are some group buys you're looking for?
Oh God, so
ones
many.
that you're in and ones that have not run yet.
So I got on the Teemo V2.
Okay.
I was kind of heartbroken. Most people were heartbroken over the new layout. I was more heartbroken over the fact they took out the 3 LEDs, which apparently nobody else cares about. But I was really sad about that. But I still got in. There's a bunch that I wish I could join, that I can't. I'm gonna be made fun of for saying this wrong. I'm just saying in advance. But the Chimera looks excellent. I know Nathan was just building that. It looks so nice. I wish they offered a PVD rose gold option, but that's fine. What else? There's so many good boards, honestly. It's kind of painful because I'm incredibly poor. But but as far as key sets, I'm really looking forward to. I named them in my top 4 key sets, even though they haven't gone to group buy yet. But Botanical and Darling, I'm looking forward to a ton. Yeah, trying to think of other boards. There's honestly too many. Like E8, obviously, E8.5, excuse me. Coming out soon. That looks excellent. I love the E pink on it. It's like a coral, which I appreciate, like different types of colors coming out recently. And just the design on that board looks incredible. I don't like TKLs. I know I'm gonna get like I'm gonna get yelled at for saying that. I don't like TKLs, but that one seriously makes me consider. For sure.
Whoa. Hey,
We can't be friends, Nathan is saying in chat. I'm sorry. I love TKLs. Changed my mind.
I can respect a TKL, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah, that's where I am too.
Nathan, it's okay to be wrong.
There you go.
Right? It's completely okay to be wrong.
I know, right now. No, TKLs are definitely awesome. I was talking with 159 last night about I'd seen a Kepler. It was in our video we had the other day, the top 10 from the NorCal meetup, and the Kepler was one of the ones I was super excited about. And it's a beautiful board. Like I'm
gorgeous. Yeah.
I know that 159 has had different issues with PVD and stuff like that, and what he had done with that board, but it was awesome. It looked great, even for being a prototype. It was incredible. So I definitely am looking for a TKL. Chewy's talking crap about TKLs while literally getting one in the mail today.
Hey.
So, but yeah, no, TKLs are definitely.
I have nothing. It's not a 65% piece of garbage, so
Wow.
I'm okay with that.
But no, TKLs to me are like, I like them. I like the way they look, but it's not my favorite layout overall.
It just feels so awkward to me having all of that space.
It's a lot
on
of
the
dead
right-hand
space.
side. Yeah, I much prefer like E7 with the like offset arrow cluster and the nice little macro portion. That's definitely more my speed up board personally.
Is 75% your favorite layout overall?
I'd say I prefer a 65. But 65 and 75% in general is kind of my happy place. I need my arrow keys, but I don't like a huge amount of dead space. So, and before anybody says that, I need my arrow keys not on a layer, and so also not dead space.
I love that you said that because you just made Chewy kind of not say his normal thing.
You don't need him on the top layer. For those who don't know, it is basically a meme at this point. I just don't like 65% because I don't think you need the 5 extra keys. I don't care about arrows, and so I don't need page up, page down, delete.
Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I love 65 and 75 artisans.
Okay,
true.
That is like primo artisans. Like you have a dank set.
I mean, listen, I've got an artisan sitting on the OSA, which technically has more keys than a 60%. So I feel you on that. On the artisans, I've got a TKL that I'm happy about. I'm probably gonna try and get in on the what's it called? The Godspeed.
That looks
so
excellent.
Like I have nothing against it's literally it's just 65%. Like there's nothing. I love 60%. That's my favorite, but outside of that, to me, it's like if I'm going to get a 65%, I might as well just get a 75%.
You can be wrong.
That's my
yes.
That's my
yes.
It's fine.
It's all good for you to be wrong too. I mean, listen, when you're sitting there with one less inch on your desk, I'll be laughing all the way to the extra inch of desk space. Dixie, get out. All right.
Don't say that to Dixie.
Get that Bauer nonsense out of here.
No, I think my favorite layout is actually 75% just for the flexibility of it. Like you see so much variation in the way 75% are designed. There's no like necessarily standard of a 75%. They're all pretty much different.
Yeah.
Whereas TKLs all pretty much look the same. Like there's not a whole lot of creativity in the actual layout itself. Sorry, I'm gonna offend Nathan again there. But
He's just we're gonna see all caps in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, right.
That Jack Static, that might be the greatest compliment I've ever received.
What did he say?
He said Chewy has thin the human's hair IRL.
I saw him say that I'm 7'2" IRL.
Yeah.
Which is a foot off.
It's
but
an inaccurate statement. He is 6'3".
That's pretty tall, to be fair.
He's a tall boy.
It's funny because when I'm pretty much almost all legs. So Chewy sitting down is about 3 inches taller than me. So if we're like at a restaurant or something and people walk by, they'll be like, "Oh wow, Osiris must be pretty short." And then we get up and I'm like 5 inches taller than him. It's like
3. Calm down. I'm
all right.
5'9". Good lord.
all right. But it's definitely funny. I think people in NorCal were not expecting that.
It's so funny.
Chewy feeling that heat, dude. Man, I always feel the heat. I'm just kicking. I'm sick, and they're kicking me while I'm down. All right. So this will be the last time Apiary comes on, guys.
Shot to the heart. I'll take it though. I'll take it. I'll die on this hill.
I mean, Wednesday night's already just a grudge match, right?
I'm always actually genuinely mad at you guys because I want to tune in on Wednesdays, but I mean, this isn't even your fault because I came after you guys, right? But I'm still mad at you because I want to tune in, but I have to stream.
Okay, it's okay. It's cool because we get to, so, you know, sometimes we'll host you, sometimes we host I am me or you are you. It's always nice for me. I like we'll wind down after the stream a little bit. I'll throw on your stream, watch you build something, and then, you know, take my dog
Not
out.
take the plastic off and yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious. I remember that. I think that might have been the first stream that I ever
No, really?
saw of you.
That was your introduction to
I
me.
I think it was one of the first ones.
That's fine. That's fine.
And I was talking with not Geo, or Geo, but not Geo, not Geo_M.
We
was
really
talking
need
with
to
him in
solve that,
Discord.
guys, fellas.
Yeah, come on, y'all are both top clack mods now. Come on, can
Like,
y'all figure that out?
Let's figure it out. Let's solve this like men.
I called Geo_M Lil Geo, and then not Geo is Big Geo.
It was so funny. I recently had to get mods. So Geo is actually one of my mods, not Geo, but as soon as I modded Geo, he was like, "Are you sure you meant to mod me and not the other Geo?"
We have one. Is our mod here? Metal Chuck, you're summoned.
He's got a baby, dude. Come on.
Hey, there he is.
But no, so
our mod pokes his head around.
Hey, it's Metallic Chaup, as he's known on my stream.
Metallic Chope.
Metal Chuck.
Metal Chuck. He's been killing it lately with the renders as well.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to him. Good. He's been doing great work. So
let's get into some popcorn.
Some popcorn, some melons.
I'm entirely out of the loop on this, so I will be learning as we go along.
It's all good. I didn't know. Like, Osiris and Metal Chuck were having a conversation, and they were talking about this. I was like, wait, time out. What's happening? Like, really? I'm so out of the loop on 90% of things.
All right, so I wouldn't say that I'm like an expert in the situation. I do know a little bit about what's happened. If you're in chat and you know better, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I know Drifting Bunnies, you're in the loop. But okay, so the designer of the Haley had some issues. They had a PCB that they had designed for a board that was supposed to get sent out to Biso, I think. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Biso Romy. Yes, Biso Romy.
The man who we want justice for, apparently.
Yeah, justice for him. So
okay.
It was a FRO-less 10 key or FRO-less TKL, right? And she was supposed to make the designer of the Haley, Phoenix, was supposed to make the PCB, made the PCBs. Something happened for whatever reason. She didn't send them to Bisaromi. I don't think he's ever received them. And then she came out with her interest check for a FRO-less TKL as well. So basically like the same board that she was designing a PCB for. So people are like, whoa, what the hell? And it then also she had an issue where she took like $14,000 worth of payments for group buy slots, and then they Square, the company that does like the Square card thing where you can go and payment portal people, they were like, yeah, no, like what the hell's going on? You didn't have $14,000 last week and now you got $14K now.
Right, happens all the time.
Let's hold this up. And so there was $14K that people are like, what the hell? That's all on hold for 90 days. So it was like multiple things happening all at once. There was a situation with where like the Haley was like on sale already, only 2 weeks after it, like people were ordering it already and paying for it before like really anything has been done, more or less. And basically all of the money for her F-row, I don't know how to say it. It starts with this, it's like I'm going to call it Cerberus. Because I don't
Fair
think.
enough.
Cygnus. All of those, all the money that was in that is all tied up. So all of that and all of the money for the Haley has been tied up. My favorite part about the whole situation, when they were called out, they're called out for not sending the PCBs. The response was, "It's awkward." That was like basically the response. It was like, "Ooh, it got awkward. I didn't know what to do." What?
That's so awkward.
So here's the thing. When did this all go down?
This was today.
Okay. Here's the thing. Yesterday, I was in Top Collect General, and I mentioned that one day, just jokingly, I mentioned that one day I would love a female-led group buy to not wind up having drama, and they replied with something along the lines of noted, and now I feel like
You foretold.
I totally
that was just like
her.
karma. You
jinxed her.
I jinxed
that
her.
you literally that's like when NFL commentators are like, he hasn't missed a field goal all year, and then they immediately kick a field goal.
This literally happened like yesterday around like 12 o'clock at night, I think. So literally moments before whatever happened.
Yeah.
Olivia wasn't technically run by Olivia.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Noted.
Philippe said Olivia wasn't that bad as part of a group buy, but she did not technically run the Olivia buy.
Mm.
Yeah. There was definitely, so this all pretty much, a lot of the talk about this situation occurred in the Top Collect Discord. The stuff with the $14,000 had occurred actually a couple days ago. I think it was like Saturday when that happened.
But that does like in that defense, that does happen a lot in this hobby. Like I can't tell you how many times I've heard of money and it being so much that however they took it, the payment collector froze the money. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
My thing is so $14,000 is a significant amount of money, right? Yes. Haley is an expensive board, $750 for like not even a full board. Like you don't get a PCB and everything. Like $700. It's like most people are going to spend around $900 on that buy because you can expect people are going to buy maybe 2 plates. They're going to buy some PCBs because it's 75%. And if you're getting a 75%, you don't buy 2 PCBs, you're wrong. You should do that.
I feel like I've been caught. I never buy more than 1 PCB.
But yeah, like $14,000 is a lot of money. Like
that is a lot of money,
and that's a lot of people who didn't.
It's a lot of chicken nuggets
who now are out, like basically out of that money, and I'm just interested to see. What happens next, right? Like,
sorry, I'm sorry, Nathan. That was brutal, and I love it.
It's been too long. Sorry, it's awkward. Oh my god. You know, I feel like at this point, Nathan, with the lack of communication in that situation with the Lumina, I feel like some people would be okay with that. Like, I feel like some people would be like, a resolution, finally.
Hey, at this point, either I'm out money or one day randomly a keyboard will show up on my front door and I'll be like, yay, cool, neat.
So, and my thought process is I'm like, oh no, this is the start of test V2. This is test V2. And like you said, it sucks that it's a female, right? Like we only have a few in the community that are super active and are like willing to put themselves out there in different ways.
It's scary.
it's
Yeah.
like you almost wish that they would be. Not that it's her. Well, I guess I'm just gonna say not that it's her fault. It is her fault, but
Yeah.
but
I'm
it's like
assuming everything's obviously correct and we've got all our facts straight.
Right.
Sounds like it's her fault.
but it's like, man, it really sucks. Like you said, it sucks that a kind of the first big female, because if you join her Discord, right, it's
Mhm.
not just these two boards. There's like 4 or 5 different things that they've been working on. It looks like she's trying to make it into a full brand. She has her own website, but she's trying to make a brand. It sucks that is in jeopardy of that becoming a thing because of these.
I mean,
dumb
TX had a
actions.
rough start. Now, TX didn't open up their website and take $14,000 worth of orders. They just had rough quality control issues. But hopefully there's recovery time, but people do vote with their wallet. Personally, I probably won't get in on it. One, I don't need a $750 75%. So I'm safe at least from that. But two, now that people know what might happen and based off of these things, might vote with their wallet. Will she probably still be able to run smaller group buys? Most likely. But at this point now, no one's asking. But I think the best thing for her is try and solve the Haley problem, run it as a very limited group buy, and get a good board out.
I would also
Get it
say,
completed.
don't try funding $14,000 or whatever group buy issues you're having by running other group buy.
Yep.
People have tried that time and time again. Right? Woodkey did that. Lumina guy did that, and it never goes well.
Yeah, don't get out of debt by putting yourself in.
Yeah.
Wait, but that was my point. Yeah, I think too. I think you can bounce back. I think even the community is fairly quick to forgive people for mistakes if you can show that you're not going to make it again, right? Like we've seen it happen different, like with plenty of people, right?
Right.
No beadlocks, we have not touched on that, but I kind of want to. But I think there is a bounce back. I think there's an opportunity to bounce back and let her create boards. Let her get to a point where she can have what she's looking to have, which seems to be a full brand around her designs.
And what's great for her too is it doesn't seem like, as far as I know, she probably hasn't paid anyone any of this money. So
it got
at
like
the end of
insta locked. It was like
14K
gone.
So the good thing is that she can just go, hey, I'm just going to return the money. And then at the end of the day, people go, well, it sucks that I was out $750 for a while. My light keeps falling.
It's okay. My camera keeps flickering. We're doing great.
That's just Discord. Discord sometimes is just kind of poopy.
This is my terrible lighting setup. Failing.
I have a solution for you.
But so the if she gives everyone their money back, it's kind of like, okay, well, I mean, it sucks, but like I've got my money back, so
well, yeah, and the thing is,
that's to me how you step one fix that problem.
Yeah. Well, the thing too is like how many group buys have gone swimmingly for people their first time, like no hiccups, no bumps,
0110,
no issues. Like there's not a ton. They exist, right? But people's first group buys almost never go like perfectly. So I think it's okay for her to have had bumps, but she needs to handle it very carefully for people. She needs to make sure that she's not being overly defensive, that she owns up to any problems, because people are, again, like you said, people are more than happy to forgive as long as you show that you understand where you fucked up and you show that you are changing that and making it better, right? Those are like the 3 major things, generally speaking. But I feel like, again, I don't know the entire situation, but I feel like if that happens, no issues, as long as she makes things better, everything could potentially be fine. But then again, if she doesn't do that, shouldn't be running group buys.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like when you have, and Klutz just said this, of like group buys run by vendors typically do better than group buys run by individuals. And yes, that is true. Granted, that's still fairly new for a lot of things. Like for keyboards specifically, a lot of that was still just like people doing what they did. Like TGR started out, it's just Yitski doing what he wants to do, right? Like the guys from Keycult, right? It's just the two of them doing what they want to do. Like all these brands started out just one or two people running a buy. And they've all had like their different issues. Like I saw a great comment earlier today on, I can't remember where it was. It might have been on Reddit, might have been on Geekhack, but it was someone who is talking about Rama. And they were talking, someone was saying that you shouldn't buy, this commenter was saying you shouldn't buy a Rama board because they had an M65A. They had so many issues with it, and that it wasn't, it's not worth it. They look nice, but they're not good all around. And I think it might have been even Wilba that made this comment. And it was that you can't judge Rama anymore based off of the M65A.
Right.
Yeah.
Even the M60.
Two other awesome boards.
Well, the M60, the Koyu, the M60B, the U80, and the M65B are all on a different level than what was capable during the M65A, the initial run. And it, like Dixie just said, it was not run by Rama. It was run by Keyclack, by J-Chan. Which is a whole nother thing in itself.
That's a 2-hour conversation.
At least.
But you can say the same thing about Keycult as well. The Keycult board, the initial one that was run by Originative, is completely its own thing compared to all the other ones that came after it. And I think that there's an opportunity for all that to happen with what's happening now, and with all these group buy runners that are running single buys just through themselves. They might, even if they get help from vendors, sometimes it doesn't always work out. Like it doesn't.
I mean, especially with boards, there's so many things that can go wrong, right, in every step of the process, and B, so much money invested. I feel like there's a lot of group buy runners who want to run a group buy for a board. But if you don't have, I mean, it sucks to say because I'm in the same position, right? I will not run a keyboard group buy anytime in the near future because I'm broke as fuck. If anything happens, I can't give people back their money, right? I feel like, unfortunately, that is something that you need to take into account as well. Which, I mean, that and obviously knowing your way around the keyboard group buy process, especially, there's a lot more moving parts and a lot less kind of hand-holding with board group buys versus something like a keycap group buy or anything else, just because like it's just insane.
Quick shout out to 159 for the 5 gifted subs.
Thank you very much, and all the new followers as well we've gotten.
And Jack,
almost
Jack's
50.
given one to Ono.
Thank you, Dixie Mech. So, kind of brings me to my next point because you're Mr. Petrov. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 months. Dixie, you can't blame a designer if they don't run their own board. Moving on to the other piece of popcorn that kind of happened that it's worth bringing because I can't say that I can be 100% objective because Blind Assassin is a good friend of mine. He designed the OSA, the board that I'm using. He helped me design the board that I ran. He and I've met him a few times in person. He's a great guy and good friend. And so basically what happened here is that they announced the SP111, which is a split southpaw 1800 style layout. So southpaw being the numpads on the left side, and it's a full split board. And they announced it. He made the announcement on Geekhack, and hey, this group buy is happening, and it's going through the key company. And someone was like, "Hey, be weary. I've had issues with Blind Assassin. I commissioned him to do a one-off board, and I had these problems with it. And while I'm sure his problems are valid, and I'm sure issues may have happened, that's a one-on-one personal situation, whereas he's running it through a vendor. So it's like you're not someone going in and saying like, hey, you should watch out for this designer. It's like, well, he's not the one in charge of it. He's just the guy that designed it. So I even actually typed on Geekhack for probably the first time outside of like a small comment, just pointing out the fact that it's like, hey, we shouldn't be blaming designers for vendor run group buys. You shouldn't get mad at if let's say Modern Dolch came out terribly. Don't go get mad at Yanglad if Dixie Mech had all the problems. Obviously, this didn't happen.
I definitely think there's a little bit of a propensity in the community to immediately pitchfork. Yep. Yeah, I feel like as a community, you need to do your research. When somebody says there's an issue with somebody, sure, there may be. But don't immediately like believe, like dig, right? Like do a tiny bit of digging, click on somebody's profile and look through their comments, see what their past like history has been and ask about them, rather than immediately jumping to whatever conclusion you saw just because you want to get mad. There are a lot of problems, obviously, that are valid that happen here and need to be known for sure. But maybe take it a little bit slower, I guess.
It was really funny too because this situation, the specific thing that was brought up was a scratch in the PVD of a board, which is something that is handled by QC. Right? When you're doing a one-off, that QC is hard. When you're doing a one-off, it's all on the designer, right? If they're doing it, they're running everything. It's all on the designer, right? So it was an issue. There's questions as to whether or not it happened before the board was sent or if it happened after the board was sent. Dixie Mech, I agree. One-off PVD should be outlawed. Very much agree.
PVD in general, that scratches like instantly.
Yeah, if you get something in and you just like, if you just press you could put your thumbprint in PVD if you press hard enough. It's like nitro on guitars. It's like you can literally just, it's so soft. But so there's an issue. And so him bringing up that as an issue with Blind Assassin and saying that you shouldn't trust this buy because of that frustrated me. One, because the OSA, I currently don't have my OSA still because mine actually had issues from the manufacturer. It was something that I felt small enough. I didn't really care. Like I'm not someone that I don't need my boards to be 100% perfect. I'm okay with things a little bit somewhat janky as long as it works really well. And at the end of the day, for what I paid for OSA, I wasn't expecting a $2,000 product, right? Like I wasn't expecting 1,000 tier, but that's what Blind Assassin wanted to deliver. So basically he was like, hey, no, I'm not going to send this to you. Like I'm getting it redone. And he had it redone for me and it's on its way. And so I know I'm like, if he sees something that's bad with the board, he's not going to just let it go. He's going to make sure it gets taken care of. So it's really frustrating to see that. And he's not even doing the QC on the SB111. Like, he's not even doing it. It's all happening with the key company.
Yeah.
So Japanese Horror Writer, thank you for the
Thank you for the
1,000 bits. On time as always.
I feel like there is an influx of people who, in all aspects of the hobby, actually don't know what goes into either board group buy running or building or even artisan making, who don't understand where the distinctions need to be made on like all sorts of levels. So bringing up the fact that like that's a QC issue and not him, I feel like this is kind of part of it too. Is that people just aren't informed in what's whose responsibility, what needs to go where, like, or just in general what's going on. And like that's inevitably going to happen, right? New people are coming in and they're learning, but um I feel like there's more people who are less inclined to learn recently for some reason, and just kind of want to go with whatever is told to them. And it's a little bit frustrating. That could just entirely be me. Like,
No,
entirely. Like,
totally agree with you. Actually talking about this specific thing last night with some people and talking about how I feel like a lot of the issues that are raised, a lot of the things like you brought up, people are quick to go to pitchfork mentality. It is very true. The thing is, you have vocal people who are just, I don't want to necessarily say like halfway in, but they're not like 100%. They don't go deep. They don't go 100% deep, and they don't have to. If you're just here,
absolutely.
you just buy product. You don't.
Totally fine.
That's
no rag on
fine.
that. Yeah.
You don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
But when, like, for instance, I'm going to bring up a situation that might be, I don't know, what the issue that people had with GMK Dracula selling as many as it did, and it got brought up that, oh, why didn't Dixie lower the cost for everyone? It's like, do you realize how logistically awful that is to do as a vendor? Like, if you think, okay, 3,000 people have to get refunded $10, $15, $20 maybe, and they're saying like, oh, Dixie is being greedy. Like people joking saying Dixie's greedy. It's like, that's a lot of time, one. And two, when did you ever buy something like
expect to get your money back
outside of specifically drop mechanical keyboards? Because they've taken that entire product, that service has gone away from the rest of drop, which it used to be on. Everything used to be tiered that way. It's only mechanical keyboards that still has if it hits a certain number, that gets lower. Outside of that one place, where do you buy something where if more people buy it, it gets cheaper? Never. When I go to Walmart and I buy milk, it's not like if we sell 300 milks today, you get 30 cents back. No, it's the price that it is.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot, kind of going off of what I was saying earlier, there's a lot of new people who don't understand that, especially I've noticed this a lot with myself. People don't realize that these aren't like huge companies. They're like usually single or like two people led.
It's just Dixie and his wife.
And like, exactly. And like your time is valuable. I want to help my customers as much as I possibly can, but I have had people send me, I shit you not, 70 messages in a day, asking my opinion on every process. Like, should I get white or black for my board? Like, that sort of thing. And like, I would love to help you out with that, sure, but I have so many customers. I can't just do that. And when I say, hey, I'm so sorry, like, if I did this with every customer, I would literally never build a board. I've occasionally, and I try to phrase it as gently and as nicely as I possibly can, and I want to say something so I'm not just ghosting you, but I have occasionally gotten kickback, like you're providing me a service and I'm paying it for you. And I'm like, dude, I make maybe $12 an hour just building your board, let alone the time. Like, I don't get paid for my time packaging it or like making sure your order is fine or helping you through this build process. And you are mad at me for not like responding instantly to your 70 messages a day. And I feel like that happens all the time with other people here too. Like, this is definitely not a me specific thing where people just don't understand that it is one person trying to do something for the community or for the people, and we don't have the resources that a large company would. And like, while we're trying our best to give a service, and trying to help you out, like Dracula, people doing GMK runs try to give price drops. Like, occasionally that's just not logistically possible. And because we're not large, right?
Yeah. Well, and Salt Rock Lamp just said that it used to be like group wise lowered price at higher quantities. People were used to that, especially older communities. But at the same time, before, when that was happening, we were shoving keycaps into base kits to support more people. So the set hit MOQ. Like everything was priced at, 150 if it was 150 sets if it was stock colors. Everything that was custom was priced at 250 sets. They weren't sets rolling out at 119, 129 for the base kit. They were 149, 159, even 169 for a base kit. And like, people don't understand that. Like, Dracula ran at a ideal MOQ, right? Like, it was priced at 500 kits selling. Like, that was what the MOQ actually was. It's like, I get people wanting their money. I understand it, and I understand 100%. The process, but at the same time, we are blessed with people like Dixie who are able to take on people like Mike, people like Dixie, people like Upos. They're able, and people like 159. We'll give them all shout outs. They can take on these large orders. They can handle 3,000 base kits. Like, talking about keycap sets that haven't delivered, freaking Hyperfuse round 1 was 5 years ago. It hasn't delivered. Like,
and
that was run by a dude.
And one thing that I think it's funny that, like, basics of selling stuff, Dixie never said he was going to do it. It's not like he said, "Oh, we'll do this," and he's done it every single time before. He did it. I know he did it for Modern Dolch because I randomly got like $6 back, and I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Like, yay, $6. Like, honestly, I would have totally. There are more people so irked about getting their $5 back that I'm like, "Are you really getting that upset over $5? Like, you spent $160, and now you're upset about getting $5 back?" And so now these people are like, "Well, I need my money back. I need my money back." It's like, you were never promised that. You were never told that. You weren't even maybe hinted at that. So, yes, I understand. $5 could be a lot of money to somebody. I get that. If you're in this community, $5 is really not that much.
It's not.
Sorry, it's not.
It's not enough to call somebody out and drag their name through the mud over. Like, that's $5.
Also, if you hate on Dixie, you hate on me, and I will find you.
I will find you, and I will do.
Texas and Bama boys. I will do what college football did to dislocate your hip.
My thing is, okay, so Sorrow Vamp says this is pretty uncharitable in my opinion. Like I said, there was an expectation, and the expectation changed for a lot of reasons. Okay, so the expectation is only there if you make it there, right? Like, if you go out and say that you're going to do something, then you set the expectation. You can't just automatically put the expectation onto a certain person or a certain vendor if someone else is doing something. Like if I made a keycap set tomorrow, right? And I don't want to make a 40s compatibility kit. Right? I just don't want to do it. I don't think it's worth it to me. I don't have to do it. There's an expectation there.
You don't have to make minivan compatibility in your base kit?
But there's an expectation that'll get made because most keycap sets do it. That's an expectation set, but you don't have to do it. It's the same thing. Yes, there might be an expectation that people do price drops when something hits 1,000, but you don't have to. You're free to run whatever the hell you want. We see numpad kits get dropped from base kit.
I think my argument there is with the like old versus new is Back then, we used to spend $160 on the base kit. Now we spend $110 on the base kit. You already got your price drop. You don't need another one. You got a $40 price drop, or you got you might not get a numpad, but you're spending $9,009 was a $100 base kit. $100. Like, that's crazy. GMK used to not be under $150. And the price break would maybe bring it to 140 if it did really well. And by back then, really well was 500 kits. So there's your price drop. That's my argument.
I feel like I kind of want to
Popcorn.
I want to segue into interest checks aren't interest checks anymore. People are upset that they're just advertisements. They've always been advertisements. Calm down, people.
Interest checks are not interest checks. Some interest checks are hype checks.
It's always been an advertisement. They don't have to listen to what the community says. They don't. They're doing something for the community, but it's mainly for themselves.
Here's the thing, too. Just because 4 people in a Geek Hack thread say they want it does not mean a majority of the buyers who are going to buy the product actually want that, and it's worth it to them to add the extra like $2 to the price. Like, you can't expect everyone to think and want the same things as you. I wish people would get that in their heads. Like, yes, absolutely, sometimes feedback needs to be listened to. Well, it always needs to be listened to, but sometimes the vocal minority is not the majority, surprisingly enough, right? And so people also like are taking their requests not being honored as like a slight against themselves personally for some reason, which is insane to me. Like, them deciding not to put, I don't know, like an extra 1.5U keycap in a key set does not mean that they think your opinion is not valid. It doesn't make you any of a person because you didn't get what you wanted. Like, there's no reason to get so incredibly butthurt over keyboards. Like, I love keyboards so much, as much as the next person, but if somebody doesn't do something I want, if somebody doesn't offer PVD coated rose gold on a board that I wish I'm not gonna get mad about that. That's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous and entitled, and it needs to stop.
Yep. Yeah. That's why during the Baka, I had many conversations with Osiris and Anthony001 and a couple others where it's like, here are your options. Gray or raw. That was not even because I approached you about it. Yeah, so you have a choice of you can pay more to get whatever you want, but I'm not going to do that for you. You can do that on your own, or you can get gray and be happy with it. And most people were like, "Yep, I get that," because I wanted a gray board. I love gray boards. Gray is my favorite keyboard.
Here's the really, really insane thing too. If you want something, you can make it.
You can make it.
Yeah,
yourself.
You can make it.
You can absolutely.
You can put in the time and the effort and the heartbreak and the money to make it. Go for it. If you feel that strongly about it, do it yourself.
Put your money where your mouth is.
And that's something like
J-Craps know you.
if you listen, if you watch, if you go back and watch our any keycap designer that we've had on this stream, where we talk to them about the sets that they've made, it's something that they wanted. It's something that they really had a passion for. They saw a need and they wanted that. It's about them. It's as much as it's great for the community, most of the time it's not about the community first. It's about, I want this and I want the community to support it. Yes. And I think it's awesome the community supports it, but I want this. That's what it is.
That is exactly what it is.
It's all about. That's what it's all about.
Now, I'm getting heated over here.
I want people to support.
I need to go like punch something. I'm like, yeah, I'm angry about keyboards.
Yeah, I just need to make the keyboard that I want to design, and I need everyone to support it because it's going to be insanely expensive.
Dude, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I sent Blind Assassin.
We can start a donation fund, and we can try and build. I am 100% okay with that.
I
I don't think that many people are going to spend $900 on a keyboard.
I sent Blind Assassin like, hey, this is what I would like want from like a keyboard, like all these things.
Mm.
And I was like, about how expensive do you think it would be to like manufacture this, like to design and manufacture this? And he's like, dude, you don't even want to know. He's like, the amount of time it's going to take to manufacture what you want is just not worth it. Not worth it. It'd be really cool though.
I feel like another thing that doesn't get taken into account. I know so many group buy owners or service providers who are offering services who have, not all, not necessarily even most, but I know many who have operated at a loss and people are getting mad at them, accusing them of taking their money and running, which has happened, to be fair, but like they didn't make money. They lost money sometimes, and like it's frustrating, I guess, knowing what goes on behind the scenes sometimes, which is kind of happening with you in Blind Assassin, I guess, where you know what's happening behind the scenes and you're seeing people getting flack on the front end and you're like, but that's not what's going on, and you just want to like tell the world.
It's back to the research thing.
Mm.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you just have to, the vocal minority is always the lowest. Like the people that are angry about stuff and oftentimes are angry about things that might be misguided. I'm not saying that everybody who's ever been angry has been wrong, but oftentimes you do see that people might overreact or get emotional and all that. And like it happens, I get it, and especially when you're dealing with money. Like
and a lot of money.
A lot of money, I totally get it. It's totally okay to be upset. Osiris and I have had multiple conversations about the Lumina thing. Neither of us are sitting here just pissed off, because you're just wasting your time at that point. Just being angry about something you can't do. It's like, okay, well, you can be angry and go yell at somebody, or you can maybe show some support and go, hey, good luck. Like, I hope you fix this for everyone's sake. Because being angry doesn't solve anything. Being supportive might actually solve something.
Yeah. And I think, and this was kind of brought up today in the drama on the Top Clock server, is that, like, personally, with what's happening with Illumina, right? I take a little bit of ownership. Obviously not for everyone else, but personally, like for myself, I take a little bit of ownership in the fact that when I got in it, I didn't understand 100% what I was getting into from the aspects of, I didn't realize that this was someone who had never full buy before. I didn't realize that this was their first deal. I didn't realize how hard it was to run an open buy for your first one. Like 120 boards, it's a lot. It's a lot to do. And I didn't realize that. And I take ownership in the fact that I probably, like now, going back, I wouldn't get on the Lumina.
Nope.
We have in my Discord, we have an FAQ section we're working on, and I think our group by one has gone through the most revisions because it's just so long. There's so many addendums, and yeah, you have to do your research on who's running your group by and what's going on. Yeah, absolutely. I also like, if I can, really quick. I'm sorry. I do want to like say. I'm like coming out with all these like opinions, etc. But I also want to acknowledge that if you're somebody who's out a massive amount of money, I have a really, really good friend who's out thousands of dollars with the whole Lumina thing. And I want to acknowledge the fact that if you're that person who's out that much money, and that is a huge amount of money, or out any amount of money, and it means a lot to you, like, I understand and you have a right to be upset, right? I'm not saying you can't be upset. Like, at a certain point, it depends on the person, but it can definitely be heartbreaking. I understand the anger. It's like, please, like, if you can, take a step back and think for a second before doing whatever, getting angry, doing things that won't help.
Yeah, giving people shit every day is not going to get it anywhere. Like,
it's not going to help at all.
like that's where I'm just like, come on, just like, it's just making it worse. Like, also, I did want to give a thank you, Bantership, for the tier 1 sub and Boomer Sooner.
College-wise, sure. State-wise, get out.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just take it as football. or sports in general, for collegiate. Okay, Boomer. Hey, you know what? Sure. But yeah,
That's fun.
it's been an interesting time. Our community's exploded.
Massively.
It's starting to implode.
It's
Lead into next topic.
okay.
We have some keycap group buys that are struggling.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know if you're aware of this. There are currently, obviously, there's 15 key sets running. At some
Buy
point this
GMK
month.
Terra. I'm not like shilling. I bought GMK Terra, so you should buy GMK Terra.
Yeah, I have a ton of opinions on this situation, so I'm excited to get into this. So there's specifically 4 sets, and looks like probably 5 that will more than likely not hit this month. You've got 4 sets that are under 100. One of them just started. I think it's actually 4 sets that are like 50 or under, as of this morning. And you have 3 sets that are doing really well. Terra's gonna hit. Alter's already hit, and Analog Dreams is gonna hit. Those are by your novel keys.
He's my boy. Sorry.
Yeah, those are your novel
Shame.
keys, your Dixie
Shout
Mech,
outs.
and your SwitchMod.net. Those are happening.
Coral hit.
Coral hit. Well, that was
It
more
was
more
half and half.
October.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
October, but
It
like
still
it's a big
dipped.
two.
It dipped its legs really far into November.
so what? I want to know. Okay, so most of these sets that are probably not going to hit are on Kono. What are y'all's thoughts on?
I have a
this situation?
few actually, and I'm scared because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So I want to say, like, first off, I know nothing about like keycaps, as in keycap group buys, not artisans, or like the one thing where I don't know a whole lot. I only know like by rubbing shoulders with people who design keycap sets. So I want to like put that out there before I come out with opinions. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Forgive me. I feel like there's a couple of things going on. A lot of the sets, to me personally, feel rushed and or poorly designed, either in their color choices or their design choices. Personal opinion. Don't shoot me. And second off, there are a ton of them, right? There's a massive amount running currently. And 3, not a lot, 1, Kono is running a ton of sets against themselves. There's also an issue going on with marketing. None of these were massively marketed at all. I don't think just posting an interest check on Geekhack and then throwing something up on a vendor site cuts it anymore. At all.
No. You
You're
gotta
not gonna
use
sell.
Instagram. I get annoyed at how many whatever Analog Dreams and Terra. That's all I see on my Instagram half the time. That's fine. You know what? Maybe that's why I bought Terra, because it was shoved in my face the whole time. But there's 15 sets out right now, and I could only name you about 6 of them.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the others haven't been thrown in my face that much.
No.
Canon keys, Dixie. I think Dixie does the most. Dixie and
I would
Rama are
agree.
like the two that are just like in your face as much as humanly possible.
Which is smart.
Yeah. So, but Dixie, Canon keys, and Novel keys and Rama are the top 4, I'd say. And because every single day I open Instagram, Cat Eternal and Terra and Analog Dreams or something from Novel keys and what was the other one? I said, and Rama, like every single day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was talking. This is another topic I was talking about last night. I had a very long conversation. I was up till like 3 a.m. talking with some people last night. So I think there's probably 3 or 4 sets that this time last year they wouldn't have even made it to group. There's no way that anyone would have picked these up, right? Like I think if we're back to the point of running max 2 key sets a month, like we're thinking about this time last year was when we were really starting to get into 2 or 3 key sets a month. They wouldn't have even been touched by vendors on some of these sets. Um, Kono makes no sense to me as a brand.
I
With
don't know what they're doing.
yeah,
Nothing.
it seems like they I don't know what they want to do. They want
Yeah,
to do a little bit of everything, right?
that's not like a dig
Which
by
makes
me
sense.
either. I legitimately don't know what they're doing.
But my thing with the marketing specifically
Mm,
is if you have the way that I think a lot of the reason why Dixie Mech, Canon Keys, Project Keyboard, Novel Keys, all of them are successful and get their things out there, get it marketed, is they are also representative. They're represented in the community. They are pillars of the community as people, right? Like Kono doesn't have someone that is coming into Twitch channels talking to people. They don't have
mm,
a representative that's doing that all the time.
mm,
Like,
And if you've seen, Dixie has literally been here for
yeah, we've
over an
had
hour.
Dixie, UPOS, we've
mm,
had 159 in here.
mm,
These people are ingrained in the community. There's a lot more trust there. These are people that you know, right?
mm.
The only person I know, I don't even know anyone that works at Kono.
I mean,
Maybe Hata?
I mean,
Input
this
Club?
is a community,
Yeah.
right? Like, we are growing for sure. But it's still a community, and communities, you want to know people, right? That's who you support. So 100%, I agree.
Yeah. And someone brought up Drop. The reason why Drop is unique in its own is that they are so large as a company outside of keycaps. Like they are a Drop is its own community, realistically.
Well, they get ads. They get actual ads.
Yeah.
They also
Like
did have.
we see stuff
Mm,
on Instagram and all that stuff that
mm.
gets posted on Reddit threads and stuff. I see actual Drop ads with
But
stuff like in my browsers. Yes,
mm,
I don't have that many ad blockers.
mm. But they did have like people in the community who they were working with and
Mhm.
who were hired on. Like I think Drop understood that they couldn't just be a giant company. I think they understood that they had to use people in the community, and that's why they did. I think that helped too.
Well, like I said, they've also made their own communities. Like they literally have a
Mm,
section of just called
mhm,
communities where
mhm,
you can go into these forums and talk about headphones, pins,
mhm,
keyboards,
mhm,
knives. Like they
mhm,
are their own thing. They're successful. They could shut down keyboards tomorrow. We've seen this. They shut down communities. They could shut down keyboards tomorrow and they could run like like nothing ever happened.
mhm.
Um so I think they're an anomaly in that situation. They don't necessarily need a representative. But I think that has a big play in some of why some of these sets aren't happening. There's also like there's the conspiracy theory of Kono is doing this to maybe do something on a tax front. I'm not going to say that they are. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to post a loss at the end of the year. Who
Get out
knows?
your foil hats.
Who knows? It's a conspiracy theory. I don't think that's the case. It could be. I don't know. People do shifty things with money at the end of the year to try to lie on their not lie to try to make their tax return more profitable for them. But I don't know. It's crazy to me that we've been so consistent this year. From April to now, we haven't really had so many kits that are seemingly going to fail. Like there hasn't been multiple sets that look like they're going to fail. Everything has hit.
And Sharkbait's gonna fail twice.
Well, then that was Hammerhead. That's
Hammerhead, whatever.
different set.
Same, but like 5. It's sad. I feel bad for the design because I'm sure lots of hard work got put into these things, but you know, this was going to happen.
I
It sucks
think
that it happened, but it was going to.
I think per usual when situations happen, it's kind of a perfect storm. It's also a terrible time to be selling right now, specifically things that people buy from themselves. The
Yep.
holidays, right? People are buying for other people. There's a lot of money going elsewhere. Um, So I think it really is like a perfect storm of a lot of things.
Well, and how many
For
people
sure.
are looking at it? They're looking at that spreadsheet and they see GMK Olivia plus plus. They're saving their money for that. They're gonna buy light. They're gonna buy dark. They're gonna buy all the child kits. And we're running 15 kits this month. I mean, hell, Dixie just announced today his PlayStation themed and
Yeah.
PlayStation Inspired set, and I'm like, man, I kind of want that more than I want Olivia. Yeah, dual shot.
Yeah, but we talked about this with Dixie, and this is why if you're wondering, like, this is why Dixie and Novel Keys are successful. This is why every month their two sets will always go, because they communicate with each other. Novel Keys, while Analog Dreams is fine, and I don't remember what GMK set they ran last month. Was it Striker?
Which one? Novel Keys?
Novel Keys.
Last month? No, Striker was like forever ago.
They ran a
no.
Greek one at some point. Now
Camping.
last
It was
month.
camping. It was
and
camping round
something
two.
Camping in
else.
Japan, yeah.
But they ran that while running against Dracula, and it's round 2, but it wasn't going to be as well received, and we knew that. We know that. While they're wrong, it was camping in Japan, not camping round 2, but it was camping in Japan. Let's call it what it is. They communicate with, okay, let's not run 2 banger sets against each other. So while Dixie is going to, you'll see this dual shot or whatever it's called, the PlayStation set. You'll see it a lot. You're going to start seeing more and more hype around it. He also doesn't advertise the next month's set while he's still running a set, but he's not running this super duper hyped set that everyone knows and has been talking against Olivia, that won best key set of the year last year. Like, that's not gonna be this crazy set, and his set will do fine and it will hit MOQ and it will be successful, but it's not gonna, Olivia's gonna sell over 1,000 sets within the first week, maybe within the first day, who knows. Like
2 base kits maybe.
Like, it's crazy. So that's why they're successful, because they plan together. They plan, Dixie didn't run a set in June because he didn't want to run against Oblivion.
Okay,
Smart.
so Revelborn asks a question that I think a lot of people in the community now that might be newer are like, what makes Olivia so good? I think it's because you look back, Olivia was like one of the last sets that didn't do well. It sold 350 sets, I think, like maybe even under that. So there's 350 base kits of Olivia out there. And it was the most popular set. Once it came out and actualized, it was the most popular set. And I don't know how large of a margin it was between that and Modern Dolch.
Modern Dolch was like just north of 500.
Well, no, I'm saying in the voting for Dixie's thing this past year. I don't know how much of a margin, but Olivia was a set that everyone wanted around this time last year when it started shipping.
I still have a theory on that, which is people wanted to put Olivia on a rose gold board, but plastic rose gold, which is more of just like a peachy pink, doesn't look good, or it doesn't look as good on a rose gold board. But when you put Olivia on a dark gray board, a black board, or a white board, it looked amazing. And I think that's where it was like, people got it and they're like, oh, okay, it's cool. And then like a month later, people were like, oh my God, this is the greatest set that's ever been released. Like, there was all this hype to put rose gold and rose gold, when in reality, it was just one of the best like pink sets that wasn't too pink.
Yeah, I agree with you that I think they're marketing it as a set to go on a rose gold board, or the hype around that specifically probably hurt their initial numbers quite a bit. Marketing to a niche, at least that much of a niche, is probably not a great idea. I think a certain amount of the hype that came afterwards, though, it's obviously a great set. Please don't get me wrong at all. I'm going in because I love it. It's right up my alley. I think a certain amount of it though was the fact that people were putting them on high-end boards and people were
Yep.
going, it's a high-end set then because they're putting them on these high-end boards. And it was just picture after picture of Olivia on a high-end board. It was also a perfect storm of it being a good set and having sold very little. Obviously that they didn't do that intentionally, but we see that all the time in artisans and keyboards and the community in general. Low numbers mean if it does well, if people like the product that you delivered, the aftermarket is going to be insane, which means if you do it again, there's going to be a lot of interest, obviously, because people are going to be like, why are people wanting this so bad? Why are people wanting to pay this much for it? Why? People want to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people are still paying $400.
That's crazy.
People are the market's really weird right now.
I was looking at Mech Market last night and I saw some things that blew my mind. Someone sold a Sirius for 450 euros.
Not to put too fine of a point on my words, but people are doing some dumb shit with money on Mech Market right now. Like,
dude, someone sold a TX65 like 2 weeks ago for $900.
That's awesome.
I'm like, my buddy just went to Korea and bought a TX75 V2 brand new from TX for $320 US, pretty much.
People are buying things that are just around the corner or are currently available or will come back again very soon for insane amounts of money. I feel like this is kind of towards our previous point of people are coming into the hobby and not understanding. I think part of that is the aftermarket. They think, oh, it's $500 now. It'll be $500 forever. And they don't understand how tiny this market is and how quickly it changes.
Yep.
Someone goes, how much did he pay to go to Korea? Here's the thing. If you reach out to Ken, he'll let you know if he has one and he'll send it to you. It costs $68 to ship it from Korea to where you are in the US. Like,
depending
it's really not that much.
It's like 68 to 80 based on which board you get. And $500 for a TX TKL shipped. Like, sorry, where's the problem? Like, that's an amazing board, an amazing TKL, and you're going to be able to flex on Reddit and you'll get lots of karma. That's what we do it for, the karma.
Yeah. Like, that's
spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on keyboards and camera equipment so you can take a picture so people can go click.
Dude, all I'm saying is I've got right here, I've got an antique copper TX60, $1,100. All right.
Does it come with minimal?
You know, it does not come with minimal. If you want minimal, $1,500. But you only get the keys that are on it. I don't send you the whole thing.
I've got Mr. Sleeves. I'll sell it for $2,000. Easy.
But it is crazy. Mech Market's nuts. I think people don't. I think it's a lot of it. It's the FOMO. It's even more so than. It's even more so than group buys now. Like, people are so willing to pay 2 to 3 times the price because they want to get it. They see it come up, and 5 minutes later they're like, "Oh, I'll pay 4 times what it sold for a group buy." Just wait.
It's insane. People don't want to wait. And like, I am coming from artisans. Like, I am more than happy to pay way too much for a fucking chunk of plastic. Like, I am happy with that. And I am having issues with this. Like, come on, man.
Well, it's the thing about artisans though, is that most of the time that's something that's never going to necessarily happen again, right? Like,
it shouldn't.
Those colors aren't going to happen again, right? That's a unique piece. For a keyboard, most of the time, if a lot of them get round 2s, a lot of them happen again. Like,
well, we've also had this issue recently in artisans, and I know this is an art. Try to keep it short and etc. But there have been people who have been coming in who kind of the old guard are shaking their heads over what is who are making 50, 60 caps a run and selling them at crazy high prices. Aren't necessarily making their own stems on their caps. And and large quantities, and they are going on the aftermarket for things that are higher quality, take more effort, done by single person teams, and are like out of 5. And it's insane. People are just going like, "Oh yeah, that's the price for artisans, so that's what we pay." And it's like, no,
Hmm.
like this is something that's out of 3, is made by somebody who's known, who's always giving quality and delivered. Like it's a single person doing it. It takes time, it takes effort. They don't have the cheaper materials that they maybe have elsewhere. Like there's so many factors that go into it, and people just aren't willing to learn, to take their time to understand, and are just want to throw money at something to get something. And it's something that boggles my mind. I don't get it. Maybe it's just I can't imagine having the type of money to be willing to do that because I'm fucking dirt poor, but, like, I don't understand. I don't.
Econ 101.
Yeah. And artisans is I think speak for both Chewy and myself. We are artisan illiterate over here.
It's a big
I like
world.
I like
Yeah.
my Gundam artisan that was 3D printed.
You know, I'm gonna sound like such a noob here,
It's fine.
but I did see an artisan that I really enjoyed for the first time today. The death caps ones that are the upside down umbrella.
Bad lucks. Yep.
Yeah, those freaking awesome. Would love to have some of those. But yeah, I'm super artisan.
That's fine. Yeah. I know that. A lot of people are into artisans, and that's totally understandable. It's a big world and a very niche one.
Brez 1623. If you tune in Saturday at 1, that's when we start talking to Amir. You can win GMK 9s, a round 1 kit mailed to you probably that Monday of GMK 9s. Real quick, we'll talk about our 24-hour stream with a good chunk of y'all here. So we're doing a 24-hour stream this Saturday. We have a ton of giveaways all throughout the 24 hours. Join our Discord, and you can check the. I will repost the things. I do have to make a couple different edits. But we're giving away GMK 9s. We're giving away. You can have your choice of Sandstorm or Alter. We're giving away a spot in one of those 2 group buys. We're giving away GMK Terra spot, a keyboard that is yet to be announced. It's just coming to me this week. Giving away cables, which we got the cables over here that I kind of shut off at the beginning of the stream. Artisans, which I'm sure Osiris is digging for right now.
Yeah, I totally am.
Lube. We're giving away so much stuff. It's going to be so much fun. I'm building my KBD 8X. We're going to do another serious build. We've got a secret build that's coming in for us. And we also have, like I said, the giveaway board. So you can check out the times. Like I said, join us on Discord. I'll post that one more time. And you can check out the... Can I donate a giveaway? Absolutely. PM us. PM me after the stream. 159.
So these are some of the
and I'll
artisans that we're giving away. See them.
Ooh, from Mika, Latrialum.
So I've actually had these for a very long time.
Like months.
She's such a sweetie. I love her.
So I put these. So I have my Orange 75 has Hyperfuse Origins on it, and these are perfect. They go perfect with Hyperfuse Origins. They look great, and I sent her a picture of it on my board, and she was like, "You can keep them if you want," and I was like, I would feel terrible if I kept them. And now here, like 6 months later, I still have them. But I haven't been using them. They've been sitting in the bag. She sent them to me but I'm excited to give these a home. So hopefully someone who really appreciates them and will love them the way that someone who is super into artisans would. Yeah. So, and also we're giving away some prime caps as well, which is pretty exciting.
Prime caps. Yeah. There's so many. That's like, this is one thing I love about the community. We'll ask you this question soon because Dixie was the first one. He was one of the first people I got a giveaway from. And I wanted, I've talked to Cyrus about this all the time. I'm like, I want to give stuff. Like, it'd be so cool to just give away stuff to people. Like, that's the dream. I've always wanted to win a giveaway, and I've won one giveaway. Back when I played Magic, I won a drawstring bag. Cyrus, I don't know if you remember that.
I don't.
And it was like a year after I forgot that I was a Patreon member.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And Willio70 texted me. He's like, "Dude, listen to the podcast. You won something today." I was like, "Oh." So I still have that drawstring bag. But I hit up Dixie and I was like, "Hey man, do you think you could like help us out with like a giveaway?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, sure, whatever." Like, not even. It's just like that. And I was like, this community is amazing that I'm able to funnel. If you can meet with the right people, they are very generous, and that will help. Not everyone can drop TGR money. And the hope is that you give it to the guy that's like, I've saved up so much money for GMK Olivia or GMK Tara or whatever. Let's say dream comes true. He's saving up Tara and he's hoping he can get just enough money at the end of the month to scrap by and get it, and he wins it for free. Like, dream come true.
I know we've kind of talked a lot about some of the things that are maybe frustrating us with this community, or things that were going on that were maybe not so great, but it is an incredible community of people who just want each other to succeed and do well and help each other out. Like, even like so many people have gifted subs while we're like sitting here talking, and I see that all the time on my stream, people gifting subs and like just doing their best to help share the love and support other people, and it's incredible, and it makes me really, really, really happy. I think it also is great because it encourages other people to do the same. Like, there's a serious pass it on, I think, thing going on within this community, which is even better, right? It's awesome. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere else, and it's that actually made me want to stay. Like, I fucking love keyboards, sure, but the people, dude. The people are so excellent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a Japanese horror writer type in a chat, but I've seen him donate 1,000 bits to like every single person every time they stream. Like,
that's another thing, is how many streamers there are and how many are able to do awesome things or whatever they want, whether it's they can go, "Oh, thank you for the 100 bits, Revol, sure, that's a name." We were able to go to California because you guys were awesome and you guys helped us with subs and donations and all that. Apiary is able to do a job full time because you guys are awesome and you guys are able to help donate. And I know that she does builds for money, but like also I'm sure stream helps. And like Nathan Kim was able to go full time as a keyboard streamer. Like, that's amazing. And there's so many other great content creators that are able to do a lot more because the community is so awesome.
Yeah, I don't think anybody who makes content for the community, I mean, it sounds stupid coming out of my mouth, but I mean it. Nobody who makes content for the community would be here without you guys, without the people watching, without the people supporting, without the people giving their time if they have it and their money if they have it, and both matter. Like, also, like, as much as the people giving subs, etc., help, honestly, like, saying that you enjoy somebody's stream or what somebody is doing or you think they're doing is cool is just as important too. And it's all incredible and it all helps and it makes me happy.
Real quick, because Dixie hinted at it earlier, although pump the brakes, bud. Give me an oof if you want Apiary on the 24-hour stream.
I would love that.
we'll have to get you on.
Simon Caps, thank you for the two gifted subs.
Yeah, and Dixie, thank you for the 400 bits, as well as Kosi Fanny Tootie. I'm gonna say I nailed that one. Thanks for the sub.
Did better than what I would have been able to.
And Dixie, thank you for your what you said. This has been one of your favorite shows. That means a whole lot. Means a whole lot.
Quite a bit. Like, helps me sleep at night. Apiary, you're gonna have to come back Saturday.
I would love that. I would legitimately very much love that. Yeah, this has been really fun. Thanks for putting up with talking a lot.
Oh, we can talk for days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
But I think we do have our last 2 questions.
well, real quick, let's get a couple more questions just in case.
Okay.
If you guys have any more questions for any of us, but specifically Apiary, please put the questions in now. We will lightning round them.
Don't be shy either.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to ask one of us about hair styling and all of that, you can ask me.
Chewy's the man for that, yeah.
Oh man, Mr. Petrov, thank you guys. Apiary for 24 hours. All right, well, that's what, 1600 bits? Good lord. 1500
It's
bits.
really fun whenever I go on somebody else's stream, seeing the people I see on my stream come with me. I didn't expect that to mean so much. But I don't know if you guys have ever gone on somebody else's stream and seen your regulars. Like, that means fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see it like Talisman is like the top bit donator in every keyboard stream ever. Like, and the dude is like super involved. He's always in chat. He's always saying things. He's always helping people out, and just being a great, not only like keyboard community member, but like Twitch community member as well. And like, yeah, it's and it's just crazy to see all the same people everywhere, just supporting
Jake Reps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those two.
Bumping into people in other people's chats. So cool.
If you guys can tag us, by the way, so I can find them, I'm going to try if I miss it. Best shampoo. I don't remember the name of it, but if you PM me, I'll send you a picture of what I use. But it's mint, and it's the only mint thing that I like. OGX. My wife just yelled from the other room. OGX. OGX, specifically the mint. And I put like enough to fill my entire hand, and I wash it once a week. Let's see. What mics do you use? I use a Blue Yeti.
I'm still super low budget. We're just using this. Let me see if I can get it in front of the camera.
Snowball. Oof, yeah. Snowball life. I'm using a Shure SM7B and a lot of other things on top of it.
Man, I want a nice mic.
Thoughts on 100% Keebs? They're fine if I can customize it. Music. I like trap rap. Early 2000s pop punk like Blink-182 and Motion City Soundtrack. And those are my 2.
Go ahead. Here. No, you go ahead. You go.
I hate this. It really depends on the day, if I'm being honest. Like, sometimes I'm like Ariana Grande, sorry, all the way. Sometimes I'm like, I need that Kendrick Lamar in my life. A lot of Frank Ocean, though. A lot of Frank Ocean.
Ooh, I've been bumping Frank Ocean recently. I was just talking to Eric about that like a week ago.
Yeah, you were. So I have a very strange music taste. My top, I was actually talking to Nebulant and I think it was Geo last night, or it was Sushi, about my favorite bands. So my favorite band of all time is a band called Lydia, which is an indie band from Arizona that, of the 134 people that are watching, I can almost guarantee that there's probably maybe 10 that know who Lydia is, and that's if we're lucky. Drifty Buddy GMK set win soon. So Lydia, the Acacia Strain, which is actually the shirt that I'm wearing. So Lydia is like an indie band. The Acacia Strain is one of like the heaviest bands ever. It's like literally in a genre of music called beatdown. And then Chewy knows this. I love female pop singers.
Yep.
I just don't know what it is. I love female pop singers.
So he would, if someone said, "Hey, I'm going to give you 5 minutes of time with Katy Perry, but you have to shoot Chewy in the head," he would go, "Give me 2 bullets."
I definitely have to think about it. Yeah,
let me get a second one right in the temple just to make sure.
Yeah, so I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place with music, but yeah, definitely
trap rap and pop punk.
Dude, T Swift is someone that I listen to sometimes. I can't get fully into it.
See, how do I get a beard like that? Be Irish and German. I don't know. Not gonna answer that. Beard oil. I don't know. My buddy Favorite GAT black ink color? Black.
I
don't think there's
any
any
inks.
other good answer.
MX Silence Worth, ask Krellbit. Can I have your beard? Sure. Now that we are approaching winter time, sorry, I'm just going through these fast. We'll be seeing less Fabio. I don't get that.
Who?
Boop, beep, bep, reclarify. Let's see. When we have Talisman as a guest, maybe next we are booked through December through the rest of the year, so maybe next year. Second build, first one ZLV02. Love it. What would be worth checking out for your second build? Get some 78-gram Holy Pandas. This is Hukulemon. Sorry, he had 78-gram Zelio V2s. If you're looking for something as tactile, Holy Pandas.
Or try out if you want linears, try out either inks or creams. Creams are really nice. They get better over time. It's like a fine wine.
Yep.
Let's see.
So I'm actually curious because I know you're probably going to skip this one, but this is like asked multiple times. Do you tell people to eat your ass on your stream?
Yeah, I'm skipping it every time, and I'm like, being
like it's been asked. Like the first time, I'm like, all right, someone's being a little creepy, like, but it's been asked like 5 times. Come on.
I may occasionally angrily tell, not seriously angrily, but somewhat angrily tell my chat to eat my ass. Yes.
Okay.
It's an insult, not
Noted.
something creepy. Yep. Bad choice of words, probably.
Okay, I've skipped that question a few times. So let's see. Favorite layout aside from 65% Chewy. Okay, you can go F yourself, Fropsy. I know what he's doing. What beard oil do you use? I will post it in the Discord.
Join their Discord.
Yeah,
can you, Apiary, Mechs on deck, Apiary, can you please join the Top Clack Secret Santa? I will let you know.
Is that a thing? How do you join?
Does anyone make fully custom keyboards, for example, custom PCB layouts and angle of keys? Anything can be done, pretty much.
If you're asking for a bespoke keyboard, that would be very expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, really at that point, it's just how much do you want to pay?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to pay for a design first because that's obviously custom, and then you're going to have to pay for it to get manufactured. So you're looking at a significant amount of money in the 4 digits probably to get that.
At that point, do it yourself, my friend.
Yep. Phantasma Trap Rap playlist. Start with Sunflower by Post Malone. I know it's not really trap, more closer to just regular hip hop. End with Self Control by Frank Ocean. Anything else, you can go Peaks and Valleys. Let's see. I have to thank my wife for getting me into like our hip hop R&B and all that, because I was just like straight Blink-182, Angels and Airwaves over it. Frank Ocean is dope. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch up.
Good, you're good. We can skip down a little bit. Look at your tactile for me.
Tactile,
yeah. I think clicky is, it's one of those things a lot of people start with clicky. That's what gets people in, and then they grow out of it.
Yep.
It's very Marmite too. Like either you love it or you hate it.
Dixie, he asked, do we appreciate Jalen enough to deserve him? He's talking about the Oklahoma Sooners, and we sure do. I love me some Jalen Hurts.
All right. Well, that looks like anyone else listen to Neck Deep? I do not. Okay.
No idea who that is.
Exactly.
They're a punk band. You'd actually probably like them.
Noted.
But we do have last 2 questions.
2 more. Yes.
Yeah. So first one is more serious one.
All right, serious. Got it.
What is your favorite and least favorite thing about the community?
I think we actually touched on this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Favorite, the people how much they rally around each other and support each other, how much they try and help each other with their projects, whether it's a keyboard or a key set or content that they're trying to make. By far the best thing about the community, in my opinion. Worst thing, their happiness and their willingness to just turn on somebody, I guess. Seen that time and time again without doing research and checking to make sure that it's worth that. Yeah, that's probably my favorite and least favorite.
All right. Jake Reps, thank you. Thank you. Didn't notice the expiration. It's all good. Thank you for the 2 months. Last but not least, The Office or Parks and Recreation?
I'm gonna get murdered by saying neither.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's happened before.
Yeah, you're not the first, and you won't be the last.
Yeah.
You're one of the few that's actually an American guest that hasn't answered. But
Yeah.
Yep.
Parks and Rec bores me, and The Office makes me sad.
okay, well, at least you've seen them. Mentorly's response was, "I haven't watched either of them." So
how do you get that far as an American citizen?
You know,
Not having either.
would ask the same question, but no, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
You know, I know a lot of the viewers know who you are, but if you can just talk a little bit about what you do.
Oh yeah.
Give yourself the little plug.
Sure, I'll do my best. I'm terrible at these, honestly. I build keyboards, sometimes on stream, sometimes not. My services are open. They're on my channel, they're on Reddit. Just search Apiary Keyboards on Mech Market. It'll pop up. I have to spam quite a bit there, so you'll definitely find me. But yeah, and I stream keyboards at twitch.tv/Apiary Keyboards. I also have an Instagram and a Discord. If you want to come hang out there, you're more than welcome to. Our Discord, we're really trying to put together a lot of resources for people. So we're working on an FAQ where we have a resources section. I'm trying to do a lot of put together a lot of educational materials. So like if you are new, you have somewhere to go. So if you're new, check that out. Or maybe if you're not, I think we have some good information there. That's about it. Yeah.
I will say she is one of the most meticulous builders I've ever seen on stream. She is
Thank you.
she is everything to the T, the gloves, making sure she doesn't damage the boards at all. It's top notch, really. And she's entertaining. She's got good personality. So it's a fun watch. Definitely check her out. Give her a follow, give her a sub, throw her some bits. Send her a board to build.
Yeah. Use her services.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll have to send you a board.
Would love that.
Whenever I get the new Tina V2, which I will be purchasing because of how much I like the Tina V1.
Excellent.
So, well, that'll do it, guys. 24-hour stream. Be there. There will be a time in that 24 hours where you will be like, I have nothing to do right now. Come hang out. Come check on us. Like the 4 a.m., that's going to be the fun ones. We're just sitting there like slapping each other trying to wake up. 24-hour stream this Saturday, November 23rd, Central Standard Time, starting from noon, going to the following noon. We've got a schedule on our Discord. Be sure to check it out. It is going to probably change a little bit because we've got to talk to Apiary, as well as change. We've got some board, some builds that have been rearranged. And just tons of giveaways. So be sure to check all of that stuff out. It's going to be a very fun time.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good time. And Gio, I'll call you out because I know your sleep schedule. You can definitely watch for quite a bit of it because you sleep for like 4 hours a night. Come on. But no, it's been a pleasure. Again, Apiary Keyboards, thank you. Check her out on Twitch. Join her Discord. Send her some stuff. We definitely appreciate all the follows, all the subs, all the bits. Thank you so much. This community is amazing. Join our Discord. Sub to us on YouTube so you can stay in the loop. We do have a video that comes out every week over there that is not streamed. But yeah, other than that, thank you, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna raid Man of Interest.
Hell yeah!
Starting that raid right now. Huey, we had him on last week. Great dude. Check him out. I think he's doing Cool Board. So
Good content. I know.
buy a switch tester. There's new ones at Novelty. Have a good one.